Today we want to talk about HR, so we have ma'am with us today. So, ma'am, would you like to introduce yourself first?
Yeah, surely. I'm Dr. Neerja Kashive. I'm Associate Dean Research and Associate Professor HR at Vivekanand Business School. So I'm with this college for last 13 years.
Okay.
And teaching HR subjects.
Great, great. So, ma'am, हमें आज ना पूरा detail of HR चाहिए. What exactly HR? What kind of careers are in HR? So that I can make my mind कि मेरे को HR में जाना कि नहीं जाना. So first thing first, मैम, HR का एक derogatory type हो गया है कि HR मतलब वो birth dates remember करना या सबको ये करना. मैं जो कहता हूँ कि सबसे जो गाली पड़ती है HR को पड़ती है. मेरे को सैलरी लेट आए तो गाली, सैलरी ना आए तो गाली, अप्रेजल नहीं आया तो गाली, रेटिंग कम आए तो गाली. So HR, what exactly is HR?
So there are a lot of perceptions about HR. Some people think HR is only about theory, only celebrating birthday. But the role of HR has completely changed over the years. You know, from administrative, it has become more to change agent, also to strategic partners. Now, during even COVID, when the COVID came, many of the HR played a very important role with respect to, work from home, getting technology at the workplace, engaging the employee, because all these employees were sitting at home. So they played a very important role. So over the period, the role of HR has become more strategic. They are understanding the business, they are understanding the need of the business, and they're providing the better insight with respect to by using lot of information, lot of data. So gone are the days when we can say HR is only responsible for cutting the cakes.
Great, great. Ma'am, you said a change agent. What can you give me an example of that? Any easy example?
So change agent means कोई भी change होगा. If there is any kind of change, HR will play important role. अगर lay off हो रहा है तो HR will play important role. Understanding किसको lay off करना है, which employees are important for us, which employees should be removed. If there is an expansion, what kind of talent a company wants, वो talent वो company को right talent attract करने के लिए they will try to do that. So every kind of change, any kind of crisis, even COVID was a big crisis. Everyone was sitting at home, but now company cannot just stop working. So how to integrate the employees when they are working from home, using technology, using different kind of tools. So that is why HR has played a very important role in understanding the need of the environment, need of the company, and working hard to provide that.
Correct. Ma'am, I personally feel HR is more of a consultant, because when we are hiring the person, whom to hire, why to hire, if you look at the recruitment point of view, that is again consulting advisory. If you look at the performance, that is also advisory. If you look at the change management, the way you said, that's also advisory. So this is, everyone need to understand that HR is basically a consultant.
See, for a consultant, you have to understand the business challenges also. Unless you don't understand the business को क्या problem है, business के क्या issues है, आज हमें किस type का talent लेना है, किन लोगों को हमें retain करना है, किन लोगों को we have to promote to the right positions, because every position is very critical. So putting the right people at the right position, giving them the right work is a very important task. So consulting तो है, but they are also important. They play a very critical role in policy decision. कोई अभी work from home, it's a policy decision. How are you going to decide the working hours? How are you going to decide the well-being of the employees? Everyone is talking about stress. Everyone is talking about well-being. So policies भी बनाते हैं, strategic role भी है. So HR has become very critical. Actually, I will say that HR is the heart of any company, because people management, if you don't manage your people, you will not be able to manage your business. And managing the people, they have become asset. Employees are your asset. So managing them is a very important role. In many of the company, I think we have CHRO positions, Chief Human Resource Officer, who is as powerful as CFO or a CEO of the company. Because at the end, company ka CEO also want things should work properly, productivity should be more, sales should be more. And this all can only happen if your employees are motivated, dedicated, and they remain in your company for a longer time. Correct. So you're looking for a loyalty for employees, which is very tough in today's market, because everyone want to switch. So COVID ke time there was so much of switching. Now how are you going to make sure that they remain with your company, because you're training them? A lot of cost is involved in training, but still retention has become a biggest challenge for many companies. And HR there can play a very critical and important role.
Great. Ma'am, I've heard a lot of certifications are there in VBS, which people are giving to students. So is there any certification which a student can do before coming to college? from HR point of view, because that will help him build his profile as well. So anything about
So
HR?
when any student come in our college, first of all we provide them PGDM HR, and in PGDM HR there are a lot of certification we promote. So we promote them to do courses on people analytics, HR from EDX, from Coursera, and even MTL Swayam portal. We tell them to take the courses from there also. And we also have a MOU with SHRM. So SHRM provide a master certificate program to our PGDM HR student. So this is a 3 to 4 month long course where SHRM faculty, they come, they deliver the course, they do the evaluation, they do the assessment, and at the end of these 3 to 4 months, all the students who clear these exams, eligible candidate, they get a master certificate from SHRM, which is a known body in the global market. And that is why this SHRM really helps our students to have an edge over other students.
So can a student do HRM course on his own as well? Because now after the exam and before he joined the college, there are around 3-4 months ka gap. So anything he can do this course?
Yeah, there are a lot of courses. SHRM course you cannot do, but there are a lot of courses which are available on Coursera, EDX, Udemy, Simply Learn.
But will you accept all those courses? Because वो बोले ये तो time pass करके आया.
No. That I think these courses are really very well, designed, and they are very good, and they'll give you the basic knowledge of HR, basic knowledge of subjects of HR, and that will also help you decide if you want to get into HR. Because let me tell you, all my students who have taken up HR are very focused students who are from the beginning clear, ma'am, हमें HR ही लेना है. They will say, everyone will talk about यार finance में चले जाओ, तो marketing में चले जाओ, पैसा मिलेगा, ये मिलेगा. But these people are very clearly from day one, ma'am, we want to get into HR.
ये मैं देखा है कि HR का ना
very focused students are there, and that is why they are doing very well.
Correct.
Some of my students, alumni are doing very well. They are managing different profiles in HR like comp and ben, training and development, and HR analytics, HR planning. So they, from the first day they were very clear they wanted to build in their career in HR.
Correct. So ma'am, apart from the student wants to come on board, what extra VBS is doing for them so that they get the career in HR?
Yeah, so we have lot of activities which keep happening along with our curriculum. So we have HR, dedicated HR cell, and this HR cell have conduct a lot of activities. So we have panel discussions, we have management quiz, then resume writing, and one more thing, seniors HR conduct a outbound program for juniors. So we take the juniors, the new joinees, 2 to 3 days outside the college, where 3 days they stay out, and there is a team building, and everything is conducted by the HR seniors. So it's called as an outbound program, where they design the different activities which has to be done for the juniors, like ice breaking activities, team building activities, fun games are there, and 2 to 3 days they actually come to know about each other, but they are also evaluated on certain parameters. So this is completely conducted by our HR students. Then we also have other activities like live projects are there. So student also go to the different industry and then they do projects. So a lot of activities keep happening in VBS along with our curriculum. We also focus on a holistic development of a student. So they have to have a very good interpersonal skills, communication skills, presentation skills, along with the subject knowledge that make them ready for the industry. Because many times industry want students to be also groomed with their personality and other things.
Correct. Ma'am, can you give us 2-3 job profiles which are the most common job profile which MBA HR is going to get?
Yeah, so the MBA HR, whenever they join, they are joining as a HR generalist, and I will promote saying that you should also try to become a HR generalist. In the beginning of your journey, you have to understand everything about HR. Many times my student will say, no, we don't want to become generalist, we want to become a specialist. But you cannot become a specialist unless you become a journalist and know what are the things. So 2 to 3 years you can remain journalist, where you get idea about all function of HR. So you understand what is performance management, how it is done, how training and development is done, how salary is designed, how employee engagement activities are done, and you also have HR analytics as one of the upcoming field which is coming up. So then a person who is in performance management, he will be responsible for managing the performance of all the employees and evaluating and assessing everything. A person who is doing training and development, his or her job will be understanding the need of the training needs, designing the training curriculum, implementing the trainings, and also finding out the effectiveness of the training. And then you also have HR analytic role, where a lot of data which is available with the HR guys. Now what has happened is these data was remaining with the HR and they were not doing anything. So now through different tools like Python, R, they have started analyzing this data. They are using Power BI and Tableau to visualize the data. So a lot of decision can be made by looking at these dashboards. So there are live dashboard which a CEO can see, and he can say, oh, what is the cost of labor for my last quarter? What was the employee engagement score for my department sales? Or what was my gender mix, diversity and inclusion ratio? So technology is really coming up a big way in HR field nowadays.
Great.
So many of the students are getting into HR analytics role with, we also groom them with Python, R, Tableau. All this is taught in our college along with our HR course. So it is a part and parcel of our HR course.
But one thing which you have said in starting, कि you need to have interest in that. बच्चे को अगर passion नहीं है तो वो नहीं कर पाएगा आगे जाके. So only if you have passion HR, you should come for this area.
Yeah, people say, I love people, that's why I want to do HR. But that's not true. You need functional knowledge of HR. And if you want to get into HR analytics, you need statistics, you need programming, and you need the knowledge of mathematical model. I myself is certified in HR analytics from I am Indore, I am Rohtak. I have done some courses from other foreign universities on ADX. So it's not about only interest. It is also about skill building right. in a very structured and direction which will make you ready for the industry. Because there are a lot of expectations from HR from the industry also.
Correct. Great. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, and it was nice interacting.